Hey, what's up everyone? It's Pepper Ranger, and today I'm going to be filming my second part of the two-part series on how to make tincture, and this is the filtering and bottling portion. So right now there are a bunch of houses around me getting built, so I apologize for any background noise. I did a little bit of a audio test, and it seems like when I'm talking it kind of filters out the audio, but if you ever hear any saws, any music, any swearing, it's the guys next door. I think one house is getting a patio put in, so they have some heavy equipment. Another house is getting drywalled, and the house that's like 50 feet away from me is getting plumbed in and framed up. This was the best time to do it today because earlier they were putting in on the shingles and that was much louder. But anyway, enough with that. I just want to give that disclaimer. So yeah, I'm just going to be kind of showing you guys what all you need. So here are the supplies. You'll need a mason jar, a measuring cup, or some sort of glass container. And you'll need coffee filters. I usually do 2 filters to begin with and see how I like the clarity. To hold that coffee filter on, you'll need either rubber bands or, like I have here, the screw-on lid part of your mason jar. You'll need your tincture, obviously. This is optional, but it works out best and is quickest for me. A fine mesh sieve or strainer. Measuring cup. This is a 2-cup or 500 milliliter measuring cup. This is one of the most important things, gloves, because you get this oil on your skin and it not only will it burn your skin, not burn, but it'll feel like it's burning, but it takes forever to get off. It's super concentrated cap oil, and yeah, it's a pain. I have just a spoon to kind of push the pepper mash powder through, and then a bowl just to collect that powder after I'm done with it. And then last but not least is the dropper bottle. I use 15 milliliter dropper bottles, and I'll link the ones I use in the description. But I buy them on Amazon. They're like a 24 pack for 16 bucks. I think you can even find them cheaper. But let's dig into it. All right, so first things first, you're definitely gonna want to glove up. I just buy these cheap, well, not so cheap anymore, Nitrile Gloves from Walmart, the Great Value brand. So I like to make sure that I do not shake this up prior to filtering out. It's easier to just pour the liquid directly in here and then strain out the solids instead of having to kind of all do it at the same time. So I have my mesh strainer and a 2-cup Pyrex measuring cup. So this has been going for about 3 weeks, I want to say, maybe only a little over 2, but plenty enough for what I'm going to use it for. So you just want to carefully pour just the liquid off. And this stuff is hot. I can already feel it get into my sinuses. Alright, so I'm going to set it on this coffee filter here. If you just take big scoopfuls. And do this in batches so it's more manageable. But you're pretty much going to want to just push all that liquid, all that Everclear 151 or whatever you're using, into and through the metal strainer. And how much you want to push through is completely up to you. I did not always use this technique, and so I definitely left a lot of liquid still in this powder. So go for as long as you want. I'm already up to 8 ounces of liquid, which is oh god, it burns, 200 milliliters. And I'm using 15 milliliter dropper bottles, so that's already a ton. So again, just push through until you're happy that you've gotten most of the liquid separated from the powder. All right, so that is to my liking enough for this video. So set that powder aside because you can use that later. You can use it for more tincture. I've actually made a tincture and then filtered it out, separated the powder, and then poured more alcohol into that powder and done another 30-day tincture. Not as potent, but more than enough for what I like. So the next step is going to be pour this liquid into our mason jar that has the coffee filters, and I doubled up the coffee filters so it's 2 times, and we'll filter that out. Filtered off liquid from the initial straining, and I'm going to pour it into this mason jar that has the coffee filter on it. And you're going to want to do this kind of slow and just kind of fill it up to where it's soaking through but not quite reaching the top. It's like you're making drip coffee. So yeah, just keep pouring it in, dripping down. So you just continue to do this until you are completely happy with how it was filtered. It is definitely a process, a labor of love, but it's totally worth it at the end. All right, so it's been going for about 15 minutes and I still have 75 milliliters left, plus whatever's left in here. I'm gonna do a filter change out because it's going too slow for my liking. So to do this, I'm just gonna carefully take it off, move my tincture mixture over here, and just dump it back in. And carefully put this off to the side. And then I have more filters here. I'm just going to repeat that process. I have tincture rolling down my arm, so that's always fun. So then we're just going to pour the remaining mixture in here. Definitely do not do this without gloves because you will get tincture on you no matter how safe you are. It's inevitable. If it works best for you, you can just do 1 coffee filter at a time and see how that does. It might be clear enough for your liking. I only say that because this does take quite a while by doing 2. Alright, so I'm happy with how much I've gotten so far. That the little bit of liquid I still have left in here, I don't mind wasting. I've used just these regular round coffee filters, but I've also used the number 4 filters. They're like the cone filters. Okay, so now you have essentially your finished product. From there, you can do one of 2 things. It doesn't really matter how you get your tincture into the dropper bottle, but the things that have worked well for me are using just straight up the dropper and just squeezing it right into your bottle. You can also use a tiny funnel, which I'm going to get here in a second because this is tedious doing it this way. So this isn't the clearest stuff I've made, so I probably could filter it another time, but I'm going to show you guys what it looks like with all full. Alright, so this is like the next most simple method, and it's literally just taking spoonfuls of your tincture and putting them into a funnel. So you just keep doing this until you have a full bottle. And you want to make sure you leave a healthy gap there, because when you stick in your dropper and screw it on, it kind of fills up the rest. So definitely not the clearest stuff I've made, like I said. I might end up filtering the rest of this through one more time, but that's pretty much it. Again, you can evaporate or not evaporate, up to you. I have evaporated before and I haven't noticed a difference in taste. Maybe a little bit hotter, but it does store a little bit better. If you have this, it's airtight for the most part. It's not going to drip out, but it is possible that you will have evaporation. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm gonna do a taste test here and let you guys know what I think. All right, so I ended up filtering one more time through just one coffee filter, and I didn't get a ton clearer. So this is probably my most murky tincture yet. I usually pride myself on having crystal clear tinctures, but sometimes when you have a lot of different powders, you just can't get all of it filtered out. And I didn't feel like wasting any more time, because this is going to taste exactly the same and it's going to burn exactly the same. It just is not as clear, which I'm okay with. But yeah, I did want to give a shout out to Rich Blood, aka the Pepper Guru, for sending me this shirt and a couple bottles of his hot sauces, which I would buy just for the labels alone, which I'll show at another time when I do a taste testing, but they are really good tasting as well. Anyway, shout out to the Pepper Guru for the shirt. So yeah, I guess there's only one thing left to do, and it is to taste this tincture. Again, once you filter it off, you can place a coffee filter on top and just loosely, screw in a lid, and you can let that alcohol evaporate as much or as little as you want. There's only one thing left to do, and that's to do an entire Robbie. I'm just kidding. An entire Robbie is an entire dropper worth of tincture. I've only ever done it one time, and it was with a lower heat tincture. Right now I'm just going to do like 2 drops because my tolerance is super low, and yeah. Cheers. I think that was 3. Do a tincture mouthwash. Spread the love. So again, I only let this sit for, I'll have to check the date. It's been less than 3 weeks maybe. Oh man. Immediate burn right where I dropped it, and then the the nice swish around gargle has gotten it to all over my tongue, and then the roof of my mouth, underneath my tongue. Great flavor, very pepper forward, as is any tincture that you do with just pepper powder. I meant to do it in the first video, but you can add in, I usually like to do freeze-dried fruits, but you can use like garlic or onion too to give more of a savory tincture. I've done strawberry, mango. Once you filter everything out, you can add in sweeteners. So I have like this little apple, can't remember what it's called. It's like some sort of sweetener to make your tinctures a little bit more sweet. You can add vanilla extract. I've done orange and strawberry extract. You can add food colorings. So I'm trying to just talk through the pain right now. I've done a Gator Jigsaw tincture. Didn't quite get the green that I wanted, so I added like a drop of green food coloring in there, and it turned out really cool. I'll see if I can get a picture up there. But really do whatever you want with it. There's no perfect recipe. It's whatever you want. And that is very hot. So I'm gonna do a giveaway. I'm gonna give away 2 of these bottles. So if you wanna go ahead and drop a comment in the section below with the hashtag super hot. And I'll do a random comment picker, searching for that hashtag. And I'll make it end on Friday, this coming Friday. So I think that is the 23rd. And I'll have it end at noon Eastern Standard Time. So that is how you bottle your strain and bottle your tincture. Sorry, it's like now to the roof of my mouth. I'm going to, after I make this video and publish it, I'm going to combine the two into one comprehensive video. But that's going to be it for today. I'm the Pepper Ranger. That was how to strain and bottle your hot pepper tincture. Thanks. Bye.